Hey, happy holidays. I decided to jump on one more time this week to continue the dialogue that we were having yesterday with social media strategies. There was some interesting feedback that came through both in my inbox and in my messages. And so I want to keep talking about this as you guys start to set your goals for 2022. And so today I want to talk a little bit about some of the first steps that you can do to create more brand awareness and increase your community engagement with your social media. And so I think it's really important right now for 2022 that you start to define what your social media strategy is going to be. So you're actually setting goals for your social media, not just to lose weight or to exercise and all of those different things, but actually how you're going to make your social media more impactful and more successful. So, a couple of things I want to talk about is defining and creating that strategy in the next 5 minutes. That's all the time we're going to take. I want you guys to create realistic, small objectives. So, write that down realistic, small objectives. And that will help you tackle tasks that will help you scale your business. Okay. And you want to do that and make it reasonable and also affordable for your business. One of the things I want you to focus on, and we talked a little bit about this yesterday, is your brand messaging. If you're just spitting out promotional materials and you're not showing your personality and your values, then your social media strategy is a fail. Okay, you also want to be generating leads and sales when you're doing that as well. And so if you're just putting out a product catalog day after day after day, is that a really good strategy for you? You want to again be injecting that personality and those values into your posts, okay? And then integrating in your products as you post and have a strategy. In terms of growing your brand's audience, I want you to start listening to what the conversation is online instead of just posting what you think the conversation should be. Okay, so that means you're listening. You're listening to the people that follow you, the people that post. What are they most interested in doing? Are you asking questions in your social media? I think that's really critical. Now you're starting to get feedback and you can hear what your consumers and your followers want in those postings, or I'm sorry, in those comments. And so listening to those conversations and those core from your core audience is going to help you decide what your content should be. So don't just go post without some type of strategy. Listen and learn always from the people who are following you. And then continue to ask just the simple questions. Running a poll might be effective. I'm going to run a poll this week to see how people are feeling about travel right now during the new variant. And so I'll be running that out in my consumer group. Sometimes I run a poll to see what you guys want for fam trips. Sometimes I run a poll to see just how many people feel like they wouldn't cross a border right now. I want to know. I'm listening to user generated content. And the thing is when they are making a comment on one of your posts, I would take that information, I'd put it right in your computer or into your customer reservation management system and take note on it. So if someone says to you like, "Oh, Morocco is on my bucket list," I'm going to write that down and I'm going to segment that person into a specific bucket or a market group. And so I can start targeting content to those individuals. Okay. And the next thing you want to do is start driving traffic to your site or to your Facebook pages. And you're going to do that when you know what your data is. If you don't know what your data is or your insights on how social media is working for you, then you probably don't have a strategy. And so you need to start looking deeper at how people are using the social media that you're posting. That is so critical, the data, the insights, etc. Many people will come to me and they'll say like, "I'm just not getting any traction. Nobody's liking my post." Well, something's the matter with the content you're posting, or you've got it on a Facebook page, which the algorithm treats really poorly unless you are doing paid ads. And so start looking at your content, start looking at your data, start listening to your followers and listening to what the conversation is online, and ask a lot of questions. Okay. So the goal right now is to make a simple strategy for social media. Make it simple. Don't make it complicated, and just pick one, two, or three things to work on. Don't try to be overwhelmed by trying to change everything in your social media. Look for just one thing that you can do, or two things that you can do in January to make your social media stronger. See you guys later. Happy holidays.